Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Megan McNeal. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist. And today I want to talk a little bit about psychopaths. There are approximately 2 million, probably more, psychopaths in the United States. The estimate is that there is about 1% of the population who have psychopathic tendencies. People think they are often in the criminal justice system, and there certainly are psychopathic people in the criminal justice system, but you're actually more likely to come across a psychopath in business than you are in prison. So like a CEO or a business manager. When you do come across psychopaths in the criminal justice system, they're more likely to be men who traffic women and children, so sex traffickers. So CEOs and sex traffickers, there's a high likelihood there's some psychopathic tendencies in those people. Ancient tribal communities banished or killed psychopathic people in their community. When they identified a psychopathic person in the group, one who always took but never gave back to the community, someone who exploited other people for their own benefit, someone who liked to create conflict and not strive for harmony, they identified those members as being harmful to the group because they are, and they would figure out a way to either channel their psychopathic features, like by putting them in high-risk activities like hunting or warfare. But if they couldn't effectively channel the psychopathic person into a way that would help the whole group, they would either banish or kill that person. And if they forcibly expelled the person from the group, that was essentially a death sentence at the time, because people needed the tribe to survive. It was really hard to survive alone in the wilderness. Sometimes they would have a public execution and they would eliminate the psychopathic person in a public setting, but more often the person was quietly disposed of by being pushed off an ice floe or a cliff. I find this fascinating that that's how ancient tribal communities used to handle psychopaths, because at what point did our society design our current economic and political system to reward the exact characteristics tribal communities spent thousands of years learning to recognize and eliminate? What happened? Why do we now reward those features with power and money? If you have any thoughts about this, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you like these videos, hit like or subscribe and I will keep them coming. Thanks for watching.